No, I was talking shit. You was talking about alternatives, and I put alternate these ribs.
Alternate these ribs. Yeah, I got the wrong joints up here and everything for YouTube. I'm gonna have to fix all that. But we had to do a little workaround today because my laptop I absolutely decided to just die. So, but we here. We got the whole team here. I hope all of y'all are having a wonderful Sunday. It's your illustrious host Jerome Williams, host of Unlabeled the podcast. I got my good brother Kendall Watson in the building. How you feeling this week, brother?
I'm feeling great. It's Sunday fun day. Fix my eyebrows. Sunday fun day, and
Sunday fun day.
It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna probably get out here and
Sunday fun day. What you gonna get out here and do, dog? You just didn't finish.
Watch a couple games, and just see where the wind takes you.
See where the wind take you.
Yeah, hey, that's how you're supposed to do it. Best way to do it, Kendall.
See where the wind takes you. I
go get some lunch. I gotta
little day party.
Had a little payday on Friday. Just spend a little money, just a little bit. And then
just a little bit,
just a tad, and then take my eyes back home. You heard me? Just a little bit.
Okay, I was just making sure that the stream was working. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me close this out because I do have YouTube playing loud as hell in the background. But anyway, man, we got quite a not a lengthy topic list. But I don't know why I'm saying that because I haven't even finished introducing everybody. But that's how you know that I'm having technical issues over here. Shut your ass up, Montre. Ain't nobody asked you nothing. But since you want to be next, how are you doing, brother Montre?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm
doing very good, man. Blaze forgave me, so.
What did he forgive you for?
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's good. We don't want to bring it up no more, so.
Oh,
He trying to come between us. He is. He really
is. How am I trying to come between y'all?
It's always your fault.
Well. Anyway, finish introducing yourself, brother. Letting everybody know how you're doing this week.
I'm doing good, man. Stressful week, but good week. So
stressful, but good. That's always good to hear. I also got my good brother Sydney Blaze in the building. How you doing this week, brother?
Yo,
and why
good.
Why you blur your background out like that? You putting special effects on? You over there toying?
Yeah. I'm playing with the new shit. Like, hold on.
This nigga got a guy being blurred. All right, look at him. I'm ready right in the middle of the broadcast.
No, I'm good. Split up. I'm good.
That's what's up.
Got some family in time, man. Been hanging out with everybody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, bro. That's all that matters.
Everybody love coming here for some reason. I can't wait till I get invited. Trey, you got to open invite, man. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? Just pull up.
Pull up, bro.
All right. Don't know. Ain't nobody here more than J Mac, so I don't know why you ain't been here. That nigga don't even call me no more when he call. He just be here. He absolutely has invited me on several of those. But he called me like 4 hours before the flight and shit. That's what he does. That's what he does. That's what he does. It's worth it though. It's worth a trip.
And I also got my good sister. Leslie Brown in the building. How you feeling this week, sister?
Hey y'all, how y'all?
Oh, look at you! You blurred your shit out too, huh?
Listen, this is what I do for work, so I'm so used to it. Like on the work call, I've definitely got the blurred background. Shit going on. Fuck around to see a swisher packet, a lighter, wine cooler. You're fired.
Hey, I'm also dying at your name too. Though your mama.
I am somebody's mama.
No, y'all so funny, dog.
Your mama.
Your mama, dog.
But I'm good, Joe. I had a very productive week. Thought I was going to have some fun in the sun, but it was cold as hell in California. It was just as cold as it was here, and it was raining most of the time. But I still had a good week. It was very productive.
That's good though.
Yeah, my flights were good. They didn't lose my luggage this time. I didn't have to run through the airport this time, so it was good. All in all, I missed my babies though, but yeah, back to regular schedule programming.
Yeah, man, that's what's up.
I'm glad you enjoyed the Cali sun.
Yeah, no, but I'm going back in May because we have a work retreat. It's like the second week of May, so it should hopefully at least be
good.
70s. Give me something good.
It's gonna be like 90.
Yeah, Wanda said she wants your hoodie, Trey. I don't know. I didn't get to see your hoodie.
Oh, yeah, that's the Milwaukee Bucks hoodie.
The Milwaukee Bucks hoodie.
Yeah,
that's kind of fire, bro.
Thank you.
Let me see it.
That is a pretty nice hoodie, Trey.
You gonna flex for the people?
All right, set a Bucks on it.
See, I got control of the camera now, so I get you up here all the time.
I still didn't receive them hats you said you was gonna send me, but we still cool though.
No, that was just a few days ago. Though. I got you.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you.
Hey,
it's been a busy week, man.
Speaking of Milwaukee Bucks,
just been trying to make some profit.
Trying to make some profit.
Yeah,
I can dig that.
Same here. Hey man, but we first thing we want to talk about is Tyler Sheridan, man. Y'all caught up on Mayor of Kingstown?
Absolutely.
I think I am. Yeah. That show is great, man. Hey, dude got a lot of shows out.
Man, dude, bro, he the black Tyler Perry, bro. I mean, he the white Tyler Perry. the black.
No, you said it right. No,
I was about to say that might apply too.
No. Tyler Perry, the man. I gotta see what this Tyler Sheridan dude look like because I see his name on everything I watch.
He actually been in Yellowstone. Try mute your phone while you adjust your camera. You loud as hell.
Trey in that damn ice.
Right, but yeah, no, he was in a couple episodes of Yellowstone, bro. If you seen him, you will recognize him immediately. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's the writer of Mayor of Kingstown, Yellowstone, 1923 or whatever the case may be. Trey, mute your phone. No, let me just mute you, bro. Do it. Trey's out of control. He got ice this week, y'all. But yeah, he does Mayor of Kingstown, all those shows, fam. Like he fired, bro. Tyler Sheridan is dope, but like I said, he's the white Tyler Perry right now. And I just finished season 1 of Mayor of Kingstown. I haven't started season 2 yet. I was not expecting the end that I got from Mayor of Kingstown.
You ain't no season 2 yet though?
No, I'm not. I'm not in season 2 at all. But one thing I noticed about Taylor Sheridan, and I don't know if y'all noticed this. Have y'all noticed how he humanized oppressed people? Have y'all thought about that?
Yeah, in that show in particular, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, no, he does it in all the shows, but I don't think too many people pay their attention. Because if you watch what is it, Yellowstone, how he talked about the Native Americans, like he just recreated Cowboy versus Indian and updated it for a 2023 audience, so to speak. You know what I mean? But in that show, he even humanized the Native Americans. Like, you know what I'm saying? He shows you the struggles that they went through, why they went through, and then he, you know, like I said, he humanized them. He doesn't just make you think, oh, these are just Native Americans and the white man is bad and we just going at them like that. He did the same thing with Mayor of Kingstown. He humanized. I thought it was just going to be another like the jail show, but he actually humanized the inmates on that show. You know what I mean? Even the reasons why they had the jail riot, it didn't feel like it was just a jail riot for no reason.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
that whole scene was crazy.
Yeah, that was some of the craziest little bit of television I've seen. Kendall and Leslie, y'all look lost right now. Y'all know what we're talking about.
Sure don't.
Bro, you gotta watch it. I think that's something that
Kendall, you would like that. That's a show you would like, Kendall.
I think you would like all Tyler Sheridan shows, actually, from Yellowstone to Mayor of Kingstown.
I like Yellowstone. I've watched Yellowstone. I haven't seen the most recent season, but I watch Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen like 3 episodes of Yellowstone. It's good.
Yeah, it takes some building. You know what I'm saying? The reason I like Mayor of Kingstown better is because they take a little bit more time with the villains or the bad guys, so to speak. You know what I mean? When you watching Yellowstone, they kind of speed through the character development, and that's what I've never really liked about Yellowstone. But that's why I think Mayor of Kingstown is a
what network is that on?
What is that?
Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay. He the cowboy dude.
For me? Or
Taylor Sheridan, he the cowboy.
Yeah, he the cowboy. Yeah. Oh, so that you see him. You can hold your phone up so the listeners can see it.
Oh, hold on, let me see.
Yeah, you can hold it up.
This guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yep. He was a cowboy dude in Yellowstoone for everybody who don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, but he dope, bro. I like Tyler Sheridan. Like I said,
he getting the bag.
He getting to it. He ain't playing around at all.
Because Tulsa King, man. He do Tulsa King too.
Yeah. Another great show. I thought it was I thought it was gonna be a little whack because it was a little bit campy. You know what I'm saying? But
in a good way though, like it is, but in a good way though.
Yeah, definitely not in a bad way. It's 1000% can't be in a good way. So if y'all never seen Tulsa King, I suggest y'all put that on y'all list. Another really, really, really good show. Besides that, let me play this. I think we'll talk about this first. I'll pull this up on my phone. Y'all don't get to see this typically because Zoom be.
Hey, I just wanted to ask our other hosts, did anybody receive they merch package yet? Because Rome be having a lot of new labels. So I was wondering if I was the only one that ain't received.
Listen, I was literally texting him like, I want that hoodie before the end of the week. Like I was going before the end of the week before you chimed in.
I thought maybe mine was just didn't. I thought maybe mine just didn't come yet.
You know, that's crazy that the postman gets lost in the mail. But hey,
ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch?
It's coming blurry background.
Thank you. That hoodie's so hard. Like I need that. Like
thank you.
Making sure.
I'll make sure y'all get one. I gotta get busy. I gotta get down there in my office and make some stuff. This what I want to talk about first. Let me play this clip.
You play it?
Okay, so y'all could y'all hear that clip or y'all couldn't hear it?
No, we couldn't hear
anything.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm surprised y'all couldn't hear it because hold on a second. Let me see where my audio is coming through, and then maybe that's the issue. Oh, man, y'all, I'm sitting up here talking on my external. No wonder y'all couldn't hear anything. All right, let me fix this right quick, and then I will replay that because I had. All right. So can y'all hear me? Do I sound different?
Yes.
Okay, so now y'all should be able to hear the clip. My bad.
I am John Moran.
Can y'all hear that?
Like,
yeah.
You guys have got a chance to see me grow up for public consumption since 1991. And I've been involved in drug raids. I've survived assassination attempts. I've been that undisciplined young person that was trying to figure out how to be famous, how to be successful, and how to change the dynamics of my family. The one thing that young people have to understand, and in John Morant's case, when you first get drafted, you go from being a member of the family, a member of the crew, to being the leader, to being the breadwinner. And first and foremost, I hear a lot of people talking about like his family and his crew. When you the leader, it's on you, because you end up searching that lifestyle. You end up wanting to be down. And what I had to learn is that people come into your life for 4 reasons: to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. You have to choose wisely. He has way too much to lose. Trust me, I've been that young player carrying a gun. And Wilbon alluded to this. When you start waving it, that could get you killed. That's an entirely different thing than we're talking about. A superstar athlete should be putting themselves in position. And as Stephen A mentioned, that's him on the video, on his IG Live. Ain't nobody coaxing him. Ain't nobody ain't nobody egging him on to do that. That's a personal choice. And a lot of times, guys, as I mentioned, fame can be a drug. And I don't know what type of pain that he deals with and type of anxiety that he has, or what types of substances that he may be using. And I'm glad in this statement that he owned that I need to make changes for me, because as the leader, as the breadwinner, you control the environment. The people that are around you, you select. And a lot of times, unfortunately, and Wilbon alluded to this also, when we start to get fame, when we start to get money, then we try to feel like we keeping it real. Like we trying to be down now. We're trying to be tough now. We're trying to be hard now. But you made it. And once you make it, your job is to uplift, to enlighten. And I'm glad this actually happened at this point of his life. He's a 23-year-old young man. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got injured. And I'm hearing too many stories about pistols, okay? Allegedly with the 17-year-old kid, allegedly with the Indiana Pacers staff. Last night on IG Live, I saw the video like you guys did, brandishing the gun. The next step to that is now recovery. And I believe that he's on that path. I'm happy that he's on that path. He's going to return, and he's going to be a better person. And because of all of this taking place, he's now going to be able to live his full potential.
What did y'all think about everything that was? For everybody who didn't know, that was Jalen Rose speaking. What did y'all think about what Jalen Rose had to say about that?
I think that was well said, man. He definitely would be a good person to talk about it, because he done been through the same shit. So
I absolutely agree with him.
Yeah. So I mean, for everybody who's not familiar, John Morant, he's been on a, I don't know what you want to call it, a tear lately. So the first incident that I seen,
not on the court though.
Yeah, and it's all been off the court. Yeah. So the first incident I seen him go through was when him and Shannon Sharp got into it at the game. Him and his entourage and Shannon Sharp got into it at one of their home games, and it bled onto the court. These are spectators, and it bled onto the court. For Shannon Sharp's trash talking, so to speak. Then the next incident was somebody in his entourage pointed a red laser at the Indiana Pacers bus. Then the next incident was, this was an incident that happened last year, but apparently he was accused of pulling a gun on a 17-year-old. And then after all these accusations and all these things that we've seen publicly, the last thing that happened, what was it, the day before yesterday, or was it yesterday? He was brandishing. A couple days ago. He was brandishing the gun on IG Live. After all this, and not let alone he was making gun gestures on the court. Every time one of his players shot a three, he's doing like this, cocking his hand like this, like it's like got a pistol, just constantly like making these gun references. And now it's coming back to bite him in the ass, because he's been officially suspended for 2 games, correct?
Yeah, minimum 2 games.
Yeah, minimum 2 games. So like my whole thing is this, like Jalen Rose alluded to it, like there's been other NBA players that's been in the same boat as John Morant, who from the inner city might have gotten an incident with a gun. We've had to see him grow up in the public eye. But my thing is this: he said 91 or whatever. This ain't 1991 no more. How do y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all feel like that he should be held accountable? Like, this is a young man. I feel like everything that he's doing, he's had examples before him, and this is just completely unwarranted. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with nothing that he's done to this day.
I don't see a problem with him having a gun, but like I just think it's corny the shit he doing. Like he flashing guns and shit like that. Like I don't know what all that's about. Cause I know like y'all all know everywhere we done been together, I got a gun, but I don't show nobody. Like I ain't pulling it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit corny. That part corny though. But like dude been wilding, man. He been doing a lot of shit, man. He gonna fuck his bag up.
Yeah, and like you said, and like Jalen Rose said, you know, once you become the breadwinner, you pretty much the leader, so to speak. You know what I mean? So you gotta be mindful of the things you do and who you keep around you and whatnot. And I totally agree with him there. Like as far as being mindful of the people that you keep around, the circle you keep.
He's just lucky. He's so exciting. So he's getting a second chance.
Man, the kid can ball, man. He got. I'm saying, but he gon'.
No, I'm just saying.
I thought he would have got suspended after the incident in Indiana. Like I thought, like they've been giving him passes.
That's what I'm saying. Because he, like, hey, as Kendall would say, you know, he's a real exciting player. So give him a second chance. Hey, and he lucky for that, bro.
I mean, he didn't like Jalen said, like didn't nobody get hurt. He didn't do nothing. Like what you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It just don't look. It's not a good look, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that shit is corny. Like, when did niggas start doing that? When niggas start pulling guns out and just showing people?
Well,
like, where'd that come from?
Well, I mean, isn't his upbringing like some kind of like middle class or suburbia type of upbringing or something?
It is.
I mean, that's where it comes from, right? I mean, you look at these little kids, these little white kids that live in the suburbs. They do the same type of shit, or they want to mimic a certain type of lifestyle. They want to have these guns, or they want to have this or that. You know what I'm saying? So he's impressionable on that. You know, I mean, we glorify that type of lifestyle, you know, in a way, especially from a musical standpoint in terms of mainstream. Most of the music that's getting played is that type of shit. So like, you know, he wants to be a part of that. And, you know, you hear about it all the time. The hoopers want to be the rappers and the rappers want to be the hoopers, you know. So like they just kind of look up to that type of ordeal. I'm not excusing him. I'm just saying that's why he's doing that stupid ass shit. You know, like you said, he swung on a 17-year-old. You know, like he's like it's clearly like it's going too far. Like, you too old to be swinging off. Just bust his ass or whatever you gonna do, or don't get mad over a check ball situation. Like,
but Black
demon. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say what Kendall said. That I answered your question though, but it's like he grew up middle class suburbia, and you know they do try to mimic what's going on in the hood. Nobody in the hood really finna be throwing up that gun like that.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying. So like, yeah.
Yeah, I like I said, either way, man. I hope he go get the help that he need to get.
You don't need no damn help.
Well,
that fool.
Well,
his dad needs to be his dad and holler at him real quick. Say,
no, somebody definitely needs to get in his ear.
You out here tripping. What happens is we, you know, somebody start making a little bit of money, you don't want to say nothing because you got your hand out. I'm not saying that that's his situation with his father. I'm not even coming at him like that. They seem to have a great relationship. So, you know, they seem to have a great relationship. So I'm not coming at that, but I'm just saying somebody ain't necessarily saying something to him enough to where he like, all right, bro, let me stop tripping. You know what I'm saying? So it needs to be somebody in that circle of his, not necessarily his homies, because his homies ain't gonna say shit. They're gonna go with the flow. And you know, if he kicking it with some niggas that ain't about shit, you know, or I ain't gonna even say that. Just kicking with some niggas that don't necessarily have his well-being, you know what I'm saying, in mind. They, you know, that's what's gonna happen. So he just need to. I ain't necessarily saying go get some help, but somebody need to just check his ass. Like, bro, what is you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You see what's going on in front of you. And he wrote that little statement. It seemed like he might be switching up over this, but he is 23, so you know you give him some grace.
I mean,
but
these statements don't mean shit to me no more, man. That's automatic after the incident, like
right. But I'm just saying,
statements.
Right? No doubt. I'm just saying to the point of, you know, at least they're not trying to already just kind of get them up out of there, you know, off the rip. You know what I'm saying?
He's too good.
No, I agree.
No, that's what it is.
Well, I mean, we get it. Why? But they'll get rid of you if they want. I'm just saying. Listen,
if John Morant was 30, he'd be out of there.
Maybe even that.
Man, if John Morant averaged 12 points and 3 assists, he'd be out of there.
He'd be
Out of there.
We don't want that. Well, I mean, the way you just don't want that to represent your brand. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the NBA about making money. I mean, that's what it's about. So that's what they want. And if you ain't contributing to that, they don't give a damn. We getting you up out of here. So John Morant is the next guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's out of the young core. Outside of him and Luka, I mean, you know.
Yeah. So him. Yeah, and all I meant by help was I hope somebody get in his ear, or like bro, dude, like I've seen these wannabe cats from the suburbs all my whole entire life, man. I was just having a conversation with my uncle with one of my uncles because I got a cousin that's in the same boat. Like, fam, you a Huxtable kid and you acting like a complete idiot out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to deal with the consequences behind it. So that's what I mean as far as by the help. Clearly, it's an identity crisis or a thing of I want to be down. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I meant by help.
That's because it's glorified. I mean, that's the reason why. It's not like surprising, you know. That's what they look at. They like, oh shit. I mean, we got people in our, you know, that we grew up with or whatever that we know, or niggas was doing shit off of influence based on something that they saw or something, maybe an artist that they worshipped or whatever, or most they lived in that lifestyle because they had to live in it. They didn't, you know, there wasn't something that they necessarily chose, but it's niggas that grow up in poor areas that gravitate towards that shit and shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, even when they was never about that shit, and they, you know, want to be around those types of people.
Right.
I got a few of my
family. We all do. That's kind of part of the Black experience. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, I feel like we all do. Did y'all get a chance to catch that Chris Rock special last night?
Nah, I'm gonna watch it today. I ain't really heard nobody talking about it though. Did anybody see it?
Yeah, I watched it.
No,
I saw a few clips, but I haven't seen it.
Before we go to the next stage, let me listen. No, Leslie had some important business to go take care of, so she had to jump off. But she will be back next week, y'all. So just don't think that I just kicked her off or fired her. Like,
he absolutely fired.
First person get fired mid pod.
Leslie called me. We're talking.
I got you, sis. I got
misogynist.
He fired her.
Now I'm a misogynist, though.
He fired her. That's why y'all didn't see me for like 8 weeks. He fired her for sure.
No, Trey definitely got to get out of here. I'm firing him tomorrow. Like no more Trey on the podcast.
Yeah.
But back to
Ron run a tight ship over here though.
Tight ship.
Yeah.
You got to be on time, except for when we having technical issues.
Except for when it's his fault.
Right.
Except for when it's his fault. Yeah.
Hey, no,
can y'all be patient with me?
Hey, listen, man. Today was not my fault. Okay, so for all the listeners who wondering what was going on earlier, why it took us an hour to get on here, because something happened with one of these Apple. Y'all got to do something about these damn dongles, right? Because one of my dongles short-circuited my laptop, and now my laptop will not work. So that's why we had to jump on StreamYard, because I had none of the software to run the show today. But I'm committed, so we did a workaround, and now we're here to pod for y'all. So
you see that, audience? Today's word letter is M.
What?
Misogyny.
Yeah.
I can't stand Kendall, dog. But anyway, so the Chris Rock special, man. Yeah, this was kind of historic because I think this is the first. Well, I don't know if it's the first live event that Netflix done, but it's the first one.
As far as I'm aware, yes, it is.
It is the first
comedy, at least.
Yeah, it's so yeah. To see Netflix go that route with live comedy was fire, bro. I wasn't expecting it to have the layout. I thought it was just going to pop up him, you know, they was going to introduce him and he was going to go right into the show, but they had a whole thing lined up for him. So they did a pre-show leading up to it where they had different personalities come out of Yvonne Orji. I forgot the dude that was hosting. Do you know the name of the man that was hosting?
Oh man, I can't think of his name. He plays in Crazy Rich Asian.
Yeah, the Asian guy. But like, I thought that was dope because it was a real diverse cast leading up to this. Some of the jokes are kind of corny. They had Dana Carvey. What was the other dude's name from SNL? That was up there with him, with Dana Carvey.
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name either, but it's regardless. Y'all can go check it out. Y'all see what we're talking about. But I think that lasted for about 40 minutes to an hour leading up to the show. I wasn't too intrigued by that part of the show, but
I wasn't either. I fast forward through most of it.
Yeah, I fast forward through most of it too. But what I will say was this is the post show was way more intriguing than the actual David Spade is the guy's name, by the way. But the post show was actually more intriguing than the pre show. But I thought the comedy special was excellent. What was your first opinions on the Trey?
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. The first thing I did notice though was when he started touching on like the sensitive areas, you know, that we have going on in the world now. A lot of people didn't laugh, but you could tell they wanted to laugh because like I was in tears laughing. You know what I mean? But I'm also not there being taped on Netflix. But that's the first thing I noticed though. But he was hilarious though. Yeah. Like he definitely got into his own.
Yeah, what Montre is referring to is the selective outrage. He had a point on the show where he was talking about how people just choose things to be mad about. One of the things that he pointed out was yoga pants and Lululemon. And he was talking about how Lululemon sells $100 yoga pants. And he was just talking about the class of people that you see coming out of Lululemon. And he was like, I'm pretty sure a $20 pair of yoga pants would be just fine. But he had Chris Rock. It was vintage Rock, man. I love seeing the show. If you've been a fan of him over these last 30, 40 years, however long he's been doing comedy, man, it's right in line with some of the stuff that he been doing. And the biggest thing to me, the biggest takeaway from me from the show was the 10,000-pound elephant in the room was him addressing the Will Smith, addressing the Will Smith controversy, right, or the slap, so to speak. And my favorite thing about that is he weaved in and out of his jokes by touching on that, but then he addressed it the last 10, 20 minutes of the show. How did you feel about the way he attacked it? Because a lot of people are pissed the fuck off, Trey.
Hey, listen. He went in.
He got on his ass.
He got on his ass.
Listen,
well deserved.
Put it like this, dude. You could tell he was very angry from that slap. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't want to spoil it for you or Kendall, but he was very angry off that slap. Mm-hmm. Hey, he called him several bitch ass niggas.
Damn, for real?
hey, no, he called him and Jada bitches. Like that's what everybody's mad about. Everybody's mad about.
I forgot all about the Jada. Yeah, he called her several bitches. Yeah,
so he addressed it. He was like, he was like, when I was when Jada said I should boycott the Oscars because her husband wasn't nominated for concussion. And he was like asking me, a grown ass man, to walk away from my job because her husband wasn't nominated. You know what I mean? And he just felt like that wasn't fair to him when she was asking. You know what I'm saying? Like getting rid of this, him losing this opportunity because of Will Smith. And I understand what they was asking at the time for solidarity or whatnot. But some people they believe that their job and stuff is bigger than the culture. You know what I'm saying? So or not bigger than, say, they don't want to lose opportunities for the culture. We see it all the time. Where people won't protest or won't say certain things. Like people talk about it with LeBron, they talk about it with Jay-Z because they don't want to lose opportunities and whatnot. So do y'all think that that's something fair to do, or do you think that us as a Black culture and the things we're trying to achieve is more important?
Well, I mean, we got to pick one or the other because they say we're supposed to stick together, then everybody's supposed to ride. But I see what he's saying, though. I'm not messing up my opportunity because y'all, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to me, he used the opportunity apropos because he took that opportunity and he actually made fun of Oscar So White. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all remember back to that point, but he didn't run from the smoke of the reason why everybody Black was boycotting the Oscars at the time. And I thought that was dope as well. If you're looking back to it, I think the Oscars is like in a couple of days, ain't it, Trey?
Oscars. Is it? I don't keep up with that.
Yeah, I don't keep up with it either. But I actually think
didn't they do that shit already?
I thought they had it.
Maybe,
yeah,
right.
I don't watch that shit nowhere.
No, it should be coming up. They did say it's been a year since she slapped.
Damn, that been a year already?
Yeah, it's been a year, bro. Yeah, and some. You said what?
Y'all thinking about the Grammys that passed recently?
Oh, the Grammys. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Same thing. And shit.
yeah, March.
Right, right.
Yeah,
one's music, one's music, movies.
No, I know, but same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and but yeah, no,
the right people ain't gonna win.
Yeah, it's March 12th when the Oscars come.
Little Robert Glasper won. My nigga.
One thing I thought was one of my biggest takeaways, another one of my biggest takeaways from the show, is I just thought it was funny how people were so outraged on Twitter after the show, and they were saying how he was wrong for calling her a bitch, and they were saying Will Smith should slap him again. Man, there's so many tweets. Y'all just go on Twitter. And
people been calling Jada a bitch for 10 years.
Hey, she's such a bad human being. Like,
well, how she bad because she cuckolded her husband? Is that why she bad?
Yeah. What do you mean?
No, fam. No.
Yeah,
Trey never forgave her for that entanglement.
Yeah, no, we gonna.
I didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. And no, fuck Will Smith and fuck Jada, bro. And I'm gonna say it again. And this is why I feel that way. Is because Ken, we just talked about this last week. But we talking about how ASAP. But we know it's a thing with black men being emasculated. But we gotta stand on it. We just talked about this with ASAP Rocky and Rihanna last week. We talked about how she was yes, he was being emasculated. Yes, emasculation of black men is a thing, but also it takes a certain type of man to accept that. And none of us accepting that shit from Jada. None of us would have said
no. That's fine what you're saying though.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, we're not holding her accountable though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just all blamed it on him. Yes, he's wrong, and if you're gonna let her do that, you deserve it. I'm fine with that. Like, you know what I mean? But let's hold her accountable though. She a bad person.
Accountable for what she do?
Emasculating him in front of the world. On purpose.
How does she? No. So
the red table. She listened to her. She sat him.
Nigga, he volunteered to do that though. What are you talking about? You act like she made him go up there and say
what woman
they did that shit for content, man.
What woman that loves her man is doing that though, dude? Like, come on now. Like, yeah.
Clearly a couple who's healed and tried to move past it, Montre.
She ain't healed nothing.
Will Smith is
she ain't healed nothing though.
Will Smith is used to be
a couple that wanted to monetize.
Monetize what? He worked $400 million. Like,
okay, they got
but
more
it's extra
now.
$20 million off the red tape. All right.
Okay, well, never act like millionaires don't want more money.
No, I'm not. But okay, y'all got it. Y'all right.
Red table.
No, but no, I see what Trey's saying though. I think
she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
We're not saying that. I was just asking for your point.
No, I think
she's a bad person. I just wanted to elaborate on it.
I think Trey saying like the way she treated him led to the slap, like all of that shit.
Well, no doubt.
To a point where that's the end result.
No, all I'm saying is that if you love a person truly, you know what I mean, it's your life partner, you don't treat them like that. She a bad person. Like, so I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? She is a bad person.
Let me tell you something, Montre.
Like a good person does not say, "Oh, I have this simp, so I'm gonna do this to him." Like we know what a bad and a good person is. Like, she a bad person.
And this is where I disagree with you, bro. You got to teach people how to treat you, and if you allow a motherfucker to treat you a certain way, nigga, that's how they gonna treat you. What are you even talking about?
Yeah, that she's a bad person.
Well, she can be. Two things can be true though, but you gotta, bro. And you're not about to sit up there and allow your woman to treat you the way that Jada treated fucking Will. That has never happened in a million years.
No, and also my woman wouldn't treat me like that even if she had the power to. Bad person, good person. That's what we talking about. My woman to be like, "Hey, you being a little soft, baby."
That nigga picked her, and he allowed her to treat her that way. That's what I'm saying. So he deserved that shit. And I don't think Chris Rock was wrong for calling her or Will Smith a bitch. I don't think he was wrong at all. And it's so crazy because he talked about not being a victim the entire show. He was like, I'm never a victim. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I like the way he handled it too. Like, he ain't run the Oprah or Gayle and do, you know what I'm saying, do like interviews and talk about that shit. He just let that shit ride and did it in his own way. Like, it's a year later almost.
And he's a genius comedian. So I mean, he could twist it any kind of way he wants. You know what I'm saying? Not, I mean, twist in a bad way. I'm just saying. That's why he's an orator or orator.
Orator. You said it right.
Yeah, I mean, he orator. I think that's like a wine thing. Anyway, Yeah, man. I mean, he know how to do it, man. I mean, Chris Rock is a genius, when it comes to that comedy shit. And I'm glad he, can recoup from something like this because I mean, being slapped on an award show, sorry, on an award show is detrimental to your career.
Hey, listen, bro. No, so yes, 1,000% is detrimental to your career.
But if somebody is going to survive from that, it's somebody like Chris Rock.
Somebody like Chris Rock.
So that's why he, and again, I ain't Chris Rock or Team Will. It's just that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that whole situation was crazy.
I don't care about none of it, but I agree with him. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, straight up.
He's absolutely right in how he feels.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, when we talk about selective outrage, like I said, and him saying he was never a victim, because I know y'all ain't seen the show yet, but him saying that he's never a victim. Like I said, what I took away from it was like, God damn it, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, about him not being a victim, him pointing out the fact that he wasn't a victim. He would have been heralded had he went on Oprah or Gayle and sat there and been crying with tears in his eyes as a black man talking about it really hurt me when Will Smith did that and he did this in front of white people in a mask.
That shit would have been corny.
That shit would have been corny as hell, and niggas would have been calling him a hero. But instead, he stood on the square. He got up on the stage. He clowned the shit out of their family. You know what I'm saying? He said, "I felt like this was some bitch shit." You know what I'm saying? He called her a bitch because he like, you the reason I got smacked. You know what I'm saying? All that. Like, and one of the things that I'm super happy that he addressed, because I said it when it happened. Y'all can go back on the show and listen to it. I said it when it happened. I was like, I just can't believe they did all that shit in front of a white audience. You know what I'm saying? And then at the very end of the show, that was one of the things that he addressed. I won't tell the joke is blazing. And some of our listeners might not have hit it. I'm just trying not to spoil it, but that was one of the things that he addressed. You know what I'm saying? So go watch that shit. Go check it out. If you're a Chris Rock fan, this is right in line, right on brand with Chris Rock. This is something that he's always done. Like I said, I absolutely enjoyed the special. I thought it was funny from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Anybody who's not a Chris Rock fan or don't really understand comedy, to Lil Rock points. What up, Lil Rock? I see you in the comments. But anybody in the anybody who's not a fan of comedy, they're not really gonna understand his delivery and whatnot. But the shit was brilliant. Chris Rock has always talked about race in this stand-up comedy. You know what I'm saying? And so this is just like right in line with what he normally do. It's just on a larger stage. You know what I'm saying? And he can't change who he is and the way he delivered comedy. Depending on who's watching. And I saw that was a lot of commentary on this. People was like, he complained about getting smacked in front of a white audience by Will, but then he does this stand up in front of a white audience. Like I said, it was 10 minutes. And at the end of the day, he don't want to be a victim, but he was the victim of violence. You know what I'm saying? And if he chose to address it in a funny manner, it is what it is.
I mean,
well, all he did was go ahead, Blaze.
I'm just saying, like that shit happened in front of the world, bro. Like at some point, it got to be confronted. Like you can't just keep all like ain't shit happen.
Right. And he kept quiet for a year.
It's been a year.
Yeah. So,
man, listen. He even addressed it in the show, bro. He said Will 6'5", fam. Like this a big motherfucker. He's like, I'm probably gonna get my ass whooped. So he chose his art form for his get back, basically. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's all that was, bro. Like it wasn't nothing wrong with none of that special, bro.
No,
he went in on their ass.
Yeah,
well, but that's the thing, though. I mean, if he would have went on, a show and started crying, then his career would have been ruined. You can't. You're a comedian, so you have to take that shit on the chin, essentially, or you're gonna just retaliate and hit him back. That's really the only other things you could have did, or pulled him backstage like, bro, you lost your damn mind. You got to meet me in this dressing room or something like that. That's the only thing that would have saved dude from that. If he would have went to the show and started crying and doing all other stuff, it would have just ruined his whole career. It would have been.
No, I 100% like the way he handled the whole situation.
Yeah. One thing I thought was dope was JB Smooth even said it in the post show. That's why I said stick around for the post show. If y'all fast forward through the pre show like Muscle did, please just stick around because they had Yvonne Orji, David Spade, that's her name.
Word of the day,
Yvonne Orji. But they had him, David Spade, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which was odd as hell. JB Smooth, Arsenio
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, exactly. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They had, but it was like I said, diverse panel. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Yvonne Orji, David Spade, Arsenio Hall, JB Smooth, and I can't think of the other dude name. All this shit is escaping me today, but whatever. But they talked about it, and JB Smooth addressed it. He was like, had Chris Rock reacted and they started fighting, he said, "Ain't no coming back for that. The Oscars would have been over. The show wouldn't have continued on."
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So he was like, he think that Chris Rock did what he was supposed to do. He said he took the slap. He said, "Nah, Will Smith ruined the Oscars." Like he said, it ain't both of them rolling around on the floor scrapping. But yeah, I thought that was a very funny.
Poor people have a lot of things they'll say. I'd have did this right because you're not a millionaire. You don't have a career that can be ruined. When you're a millionaire, you take care of a lot of people. I hate.
It took a lot to just take that shit and keep going with this shit. Like everything he did, like I commend him for that shit.
But he has a different type of million. Because like even if I had $1 million, it'd be like, I'm finna whoop dude that.
Well, I said they had Kareem old ass past his bedtime for no reason.
Hey, that nigga Kareem, he's so mad. He number 2. He's showing up everywhere.
He's showing up everywhere. I ain't never seen him in the public this much.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't finna forget me.
He's so mad.
Hey, y'all ain't finna forget me.
Kareem gonna slap LeBron like that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, even Kareem said it. He was like, he said he only did it because it was Chris Rock. He said if it would have been me up there on the stage, he said Chris Rock. He said
Kareem would have bust doing his shit.
Right. Yeah, and he said
he didn't care about that shit.
Yeah, no, he didn't care about it, but he was just addressing the point. He was
no, I'm talking about he didn't care about that public notoriety shit.
Right.
No, facts.
The reason why he's not regarded the way that he should be is because he didn't fuck with the press. If you don't fuck with the press, they're not gonna move your story like that. He's a prime example of that. He one of the biggest winners in basketball history, and they don't give that nigga no props. And that's because he didn't fuck with the media.
Mm-hmm. That's very, very, very factual, man. But yeah, a thoroughly enjoyable comedy special. I suggest that everybody go watch, especially if you're a comedy fan. I don't know why so many people went into this just like fam. When it comes to comedy, you gotta be in the mood to laugh. Like I don't understand.
Right.
He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing to me flagrant. He didn't disrespect no large community of people. Nothing. The only person he addressed it. Even I saw people saying like, it was misogynistic for him to call Jack a bitch. Like, fam, like I got beef with this family. If y'all think him calling her a bitch was a bad thing, y'all can only imagine what I would have did.
in comedy, I mean, we in post, Me Too movement. So like, I think a lot of these people that are coming up, especially younger ones that's learning this real comedy for the first time, a person like Chris Rock, who's still a part of the old school when it comes to that shit, they're not really used to that type of comedy. So like that, anything that's said is just gonna be flagrant to them, like they don't really understand it like that. So, I mean, that's why somebody like Chris Rock, who doesn't care, it's not gonna affect his bottom line. So it doesn't really matter. If it's a few people talking about it on social media or whatever, a few thousands, couple million, whatever, it's still not going to affect his bottom line. He got millions of fans around the world, so he's going to be straight.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a rapist. He's not a C.K. Lewis. I'm not saying he's a rapist.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Allegedly.
No, I'm not saying he's a rapist. No, I was saying a rapist or C.K. Lewis. That's what I meant. Wasn't he like masturbating in front of?
I don't know nothing about.
I missed something. What happened?
I don't know either, dog. What's going on?
No, it's not that deep. What I was saying was he's not some crazy person that's doing some wild shit. He's just saying some flagrant shit with his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying he ain't a rapist or a C.K. Lewis, who is a comedian who was wild.
Louis C.K. Yeah,
Louis C.K. Excuse me.
But like comedy was always supposed to be.
Louis C.K. still funny as hell though, right?
No doubt.
Absolutely.
We ain't say you trying to be funny. And he should still be able to do comedy, but
that nigga's a creep though.
Put your penis away.
Sir, put your goddamn cock away.
You're going too far.
Just like Pee Wee Herman, he was in the movie theater. Like, come on, bro, slow down, my nigga. But
that ended Pee Wee Herman's career.
That might have been different though. That might have been
did.
Was it a regular movie theater or was it like a
it was a poor movie theater.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's understandable, but
no, it's not. It's still public. It's still a public place. It's other people here, man.
But listen though, what do you think people?
What you expect these niggas?
At a porn movie theater? I've never even heard of that. Like a porn movie theater, bro. Like,
you might as well have some damn tissues.
What you think finna go on in here, man? Some of these guys are weird.
Hey, I completely forgot about people having masturbated in that movie. You wouldn't mind that shit.
Hey, and he really probably was like, shit. I mean,
hey, Pee Wee Herman was the man, dog. He had movies and all type of shit.
They removed that nigga's statement. His shit was like, I mean, what did you expect me to do in here?
like he really, bro. He probably saw like, oh, they got a porno movie theater. I'm finna go jag in this motherfucker. Like, I mean, like he really probably thought that.
Hey, Trey, it was premeditated,
bro. He probably was like, "Oh shit, I could go watch this shit on the big screen." Like, come on, man.
My Trey.
No, what it was
everybody in here.
No, they like he was like, they still got these.
Hey, everybody in here is masturbated. You tired of that phone? Could you imagine a 750-foot movie?
feel like you in the metaverse.
Listen, you'd be so happy, bro. It'd be the happiest you've ever felt in your life.
I wonder why they got rid of those.
Hey,
I didn't even know.
You wonder why?
Bro, that's how they used to watch porn, bro. You didn't know that?
They probably still got them.
That's how porn was viewed. It was viewed in the movie theater.
Kendall, if you make a movie theater for porn, dog, you got to understand 2 or 3 people in this audience gonna masturbate, man.
I know that. You
Absolutely.
I was the one that originally raised the issue. I said that's gonna take place.
Yeah, like it's gonna happen.
You know, that's how
they ruined. Listen, they ruined Pee Wee Herman, dog, for doing what a lot of guys would do.
Hey, dog,
damn, dog. I thought he was being like it's on some like pedophile type shit, you know.
Allegedly. No, but anyway, hey,
he was in a porno movie theater.
Hey, my friend, stop saying jag. That's so crass. Say masturbate.
You said what?
I said stop saying jag. That's so crass. Say masturbate.
No, I just watched Chris Rock.
Word of the day. Word of the day. Masturbate. You don't keep pointing out these freaky ass words. Talking about some orgy. I can't stand you, dog. But anyway.
Can't believe it was a porno.
The other M word, misogyny.
Hey, pray for Pee Wee Herman. Pray for Drake.
Hey, I just Googled it. And they got them shits here.
Oh shit!
So it's still a thing. Blaze, hey Blaze, if you go there, dog, make sure you wear a mask.
Hey, if they got one in Arizona, you know they got one here.
Right.
And make sure that ain't nobody sitting behind you, Blaze.
Atlanta freaky as hell.
No, you gotta go on like a Tuesday morning. Everybody in school at work.
No, bro, you gotta call it a Tuesday.
Tuesday. Like, on Tuesday at 11, I go to the porno.
Oh my god! I'm pretty sure we just lost half our audience talking about masturbation. They probably did not want to hear it. Half of them probably subscribe.
Audience probably watching more than us.
Mm-hmm. Nah, listen.
Right.
It's one called Pleasure World. That motherfucker open 24 hours.
Do y'all want to talk about?
Do some reconnaissance and let us know how.
Hey, you want to go watch a porno movie at 3 a.m. in the morning?
All right. Do y'all want to talk about Adam 22 and his alleged Drake slander?
No, what'd he say?
So Adam 22 is interviewing a young lady. I don't know what, because I don't listen to his trash ass podcast. I hate Adam 22, but he was interviewing a young lady who said Drake started following her while she was in high school on Instagram. She's a high school basketball player. She said that Drake came to one of their games to watch her because he was a fan of her friend, and then he started following her on Instagram. But what Adam 22 was trying to allude to, not sure if everybody's familiar. Adam 22 is a punk ass clout chaser. I can't stand him. He had a lot to say. He was the one dropping the most Kevin Samuels clip when Kevin Samuels passed away, trying to capitalize on his death. Joe Budden checked him about that. He said my first introduction to Adam 22 was just talking about some oral sex things he do when his woman was on the cycles, and it was disgusting. And that was my introduction to Adam 22. I can't stand dude. He weird and he disgusting. But anyway, he's basically trying to allege that, because it's always been these rumors floating around that Drake has been, so to speak, predatory. Like he always gets close to these young and upcoming stars. He's underrated.
Drake do like the youngest.
Kelly.
Because when they was just talking, what's the little girl from the Netflix show?
Millie Bobby Brown.
When they just talking about him being friends with her not too long ago.
Yeah, that was a little while ago. But it's been articles floating around. But like Adam 22 is just like I said. I don't know if y'all seen Drake's latest.
He's mentoring guys. Relax.
Right, crazy as hell.
Yeah, I'm not mentoring nobody underage, especially a young.
I'm not texting no 14-year-olds, bro.
Right, not at all.
And I'm especially not texting. I miss you too. Weirdo.
Yeah.
What if he's like Michael Jackson? He's just,
he's
just a fan.
He deserves to be reared as well. If you out here texting kids, I miss you too. That's crazy. I don't excuse none of that bullshit.
Who he miss?
Who you miss? Yeah,
Millie Bobby or whatever the fuck her name was. He was texting her. He was texting her.
Is that the girl from Stranger Things?
Yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's weird.
Yeah, that's
no, that's weird.
And then, you know what? I did see that clip because Shorty was excited, like as I would expect. You in high school,
like,
or whatever,
I love him,
and Drake follow you. You be the geek. So
right. Come on, man.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully Drake gets some help, and hopefully what Adam 22 is allegedly alluding to ain't true, but the evidence is
we gotta get rid of social media, bro. Like, bro, we ain't gonna be able to listen to no music.
Fuck the accusation.
First of all, Drake will never be canceled. So you have nothing to worry about.
I'm just talking about us. Like, we ain't gonna be able to listen to no music, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to know what's going on in their life.
Oh, we don't
at this point. I don't need to know what's going on in their life at this point, though.
We definitely don't.
Yeah, that's it. So let's Drake got selective outrage, y'all. Y'all hear it?
Hey, man,
like what Chris Rock was talking about last night.
Just like every other human being in the world.
Just gotta pick an interest on my.
All them niggas making you sing and dance, niggas gonna skip them folks.
All right.
John Morant, he on his fourth chance in 5 days.
Well, he's not texting 17-year-olds.
Listen, John Morant, he's 6'1" and he can take off from the free throw line. They like, hey, give him a few more.
Give him a few more chances.
Give him a few more chances.
Well, he's not texting, 17-year-olds. He's just swinging on them.
Pulling guns on them.
Right. That's normal. That's normal in America. Let's remember. Hold on. What color was the 17-year-old he swung on?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Would you rather Drake get at your 17-year-old or John Morant put a gun in his face?
I'd rather the gun.
Me too. Me too.
Because we know that Drake isn't going to shoot anyone.
Right. No. But he might.
But we don't know what he may do with respect to 17-year-old.
Allegedly, motherfuckers. Stop, dog.
I mean, that's what it was. Billy said he
said alleged, nigga.
Billy said
God damn it.
He said Billy said
we gotta believe it if it's a little white girl that said it, right? Right. Isn't that what history has shown us?
I'm done with Kendall. I do not approve or agree with anything that he's saying.
Once the little white girl says it, it must be believable.
All right, man. Listen, y'all.
How dare would she lie?
I don't approve anything that Kendall says.
Hey, listen, y'all got any church announcements? You got any ERG shit going on to Kendall that they listen about Blades? Are you hiring Blades?
Oh no, I'm over here looking at Pleasure World. I'm over here looking at Pleasure World.
All right.
Listen, He finna go see.
Hey, do I got? Hold on.
Hey, Kendall, that shit 1 mile away.
Hey, bro, he finna go see Cunt Man and the Wasp.
Fuck y'all, dude. I'm about to get.
Yo.
Dog, I'm about to log off this shit. You're gonna go through the
It is
Pleasure World XD with the luxury loungers and shit.
Right.
Hey, I'm on Yelp. These reviews is out of control.
Please send me your link.
They said we put a actually plastic box around you.
Take some Clorox. Take some Clorox wipes,
Right.
bro.
And a mask because COVID is still out here.
Hey, the women is the ones that's clouded here.
Oh, that's a
Kendall said, "Good night. Hey, hang up."
Hang up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
You gotta check it out.
Yeah,
and this March is Women's History Month. So, ladies, shout out to y'all. The ones that's out here making it happen.
Salute to the ladies.
Shout out to
except
Millie.
that bitch Jada Pinkett.
Hilarious. Millie Bobby Brown. We understand.
Jada Pinkett, I respect you, your movement, and everything. Stay strong.
Madonna, stop. Get away from the knife.
Anyway, so now that they're out of energy, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off this podcast. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be back at our regular time. Hopefully my laptop doesn't crash again.
Bucks and five.
Right, Bucks and 5. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
About that
welcome,
too.
Real quick. Yeah, for sure. Welcome, Jay Crowder. So with LeBron being injured, how you feel about the rest of the season now? Just curious.
Oh well,
I ain't really got to ask you about that.
I was pretty hopeful for it until I saw that AD can score 28 points and not have effect on the game at all.
Or did you see when he jammed his hand after the basketball?
We gotta talk about this. I'm still a Bucks fan, goddammit. I like the Lakers too. Okay.
When the game LeBron destroyed the foot and he kept playing, I was like, damn. Yeah, they ain't making these playoffs.
That's how
this shit is over. Hey, listen, I knew AD was gonna get hurt.
They still only like 3 or 4 games behind. So
yeah, that's the crazy part.
John Morant's helping them.
Mm-hmm. But like I said,
the way the West is, man.
The West is like that. It's still a possibility they can make it.
If he don't come back, if he out 2-3 weeks, it's over with. They can't.
Over with, gentlemen.
He absolutely out 2 or 3 weeks. I seen him in that boot at the Sun game last night.
That boot.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, man. But,
hey, I'm watching KD and Kyrie go at each other right now. Kyrie.
Well, let's get off of this so I can plug in.
It's only 11 minutes left.
I've been trying to wrap this up. Y'all the ones that want to keep carrying on.
Fear the deer.
But like I was saying, like, comment, and subscribe, y'all.
Fear the deer.
How about them 16 straight wins? How about that?
It was 15. And they lost last.
It was
16. It was 16.
It was 16.
Slow it down, Laker fan over there. All right.
Don't worry about our teams.
Get it together, sir.
Y'all know I can remove y'all from this chat, right? Like,
buck ass team.
I got the power.
I hate you, Joel Embiid.
Just he gonna remove us like he erased Leslie.
All right.
But no, that was a good game though. You know, there was no reason for them to win, so we knew the Bucks knew what they needed to do. But
that's all right because Philly's not going anywhere.
The crazy part about it, they was up by 48. Like, so I don't know how the hell, but would have come back for Philly though, regardless of the fact. But I definitely thought we was gonna have a 16, 17, down there 20 game win streak.
Don't say we. First of all.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us today.
That's right, Blades. Get them.
Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share the show with your friends.
This is our bandwagon full.
We'll be back. I'm gonna mute everybody.
Jay Crowder.
He said we.
We will be back next week with another episode of Unlabeled, the podcast. And I'm muting all my friends so we can sign off here. Y'all, appreciate y'all. We don't have a countdown thing today or sign off screen. So appreciate y'all for spending time with us and taking the time through all our technical difficulties showing up this way. We'll be back next week on another episode of the Unlabeled podcast. I'm your host, Jerome Williams. See y'all next week. Peace.